Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about one of the most exciting modern US coins that's hidden in pocket change. 2001 P North Carolina State quarter coin value can be very interesting if you look at it carefully. Most people think this coin is just worth 25 cents because it is a quarter, and that is what it is worth in everyday life. But if you learn a little more about its history, what makes coins valuable, and some rare mistakes on some coins, you will understand why some collectors pay big money for certain examples. Some rare examples of this coin have sold for hundreds, even thousands of dollars at auctions. There are records showing a 2001 P North Carolina quarter sold for as much as $9,000 in a major auction, though this is very rare and not normal. The 2001 P North Carolina quarter was released by the United States Mint in 2001 as part of a famous program called the 50 State Quarters Program. This program started in 1999 and continued until 2008. The goal was to release a new design for a different state every few weeks so people could learn more about each state's history and culture. The P on the coin means it was made at the Philadelphia Mint, which is one of the main places the United States Mint makes coins. That year, the Philadelphia Mint struck more than 627 million of these coins, so a lot of them were made. The back of the coin honors a very important event in history. It shows the Wright brothers' first powered flight at Kitty Hawk in North Carolina. The design shows the plane in the air and the words, "First in flight." This is an important event in American history because it was the first time in the world a heavier-than-air machine made a controlled, powered flight. The design was created by a well-known coin artist from the United States Mint named John Mercanti. The front of the coin shows George Washington's portrait, just like most quarters from this time period. Now most of these coins were made in huge numbers, so the normal everyday coin you pull out of your pocket is almost always worth just 25 cents, its face value. If a coin has been used in shopping or carried in a pocket, it will have scratches and wear, and collectors usually only pay face value for these. Even if the coin looks very nice but was used, it is often only worth a little more than 25 cents. If a coin has never been used in shopping and has very clear details with no wear, it might be worth $1 or $2. These coins are called uncirculated and are graded by their condition. Coin grading companies rate coins on a scale from MS60 to MS70. Most coins found in change are low grade and are not worth much. A 2001 P North Carolina quarter graded MS63 might be worth around $1 to $2. A coin graded MS65 might be worth a few dollars more. These are normal uncirculated values you see on many coin price guides. Some people collect these coins in rolls or sets hoping to find something special. But most of the time, even uncirculated state quarters are not very valuable because so many were made and saved by collectors early on. The real excitement comes when a coin has something unusual on it that makes it rare. These unusual coins are called errors, or varieties, and some of them can be worth a lot more than face value. Errors happen when something goes wrong in the coin-making process at the mint. They do not happen often, but when they do, collectors get excited. A real error must happen during production, not after the coin is out in the real world. Scratches made by people, bending, or cleaning the coin does not make it valuable. Only mistakes made when the coin was being struck at the mint can create real error value. One type of error that collectors like is called a doubled die. This means the tool used to stamp the design on the coin had a fault and parts of the letters or images appear doubled under magnification. On the 2001 P North Carolina quarter, some double die errors have been found and certified by experts. These examples can be worth more than normal coins if the doubling is strong and visible. According to some error guides, dramatic double die examples of this coin can bring prices of a few hundred up to several $1,000s when certified and auctioned, especially if the doubling is clear and the coin is in great condition. Another type of error is called an off-center strike. This is when the coin blank was not centered under the die before it was struck. As a result, part of the design is missing. If the error is small, it might not be very valuable, but if the error is large and you can still see the date and mint mark, these coins can be worth more. The value depends on how much of the design is missing and whether the date and mint mark are fully visible. There are also broad strike errors. A broad strike happens when the coin is struck without the metal collar that normally keeps it at the correct thickness and width. These coins spread out and look wider and flatter with no reeded edge. They can also be valuable depending on how dramatic the error looks and whether they are certified by grading companies. Multi-struck coins are another error type. These happen when a coin fails to eject from the coin press and gets struck again at a slightly different angle. When this happens, you might see overlapping images of the design on the coin. Some multi-strike error coins are very interesting to collectors and sell for higher prices, especially when they are certified and look very unusual. Some error coins show missing or broken metal layers. State quarters are made with a copper core and outer layers of copper nickel. If the outer layer does not attach properly or peels off, you might see the copper core exposed. These errors can also be worth more than regular coins depending on how much of the layer is missing and whether the coin still looks strong. Now let's talk about real current market values and the auction records. Normal, circulated 2001p North Carolina quarters are almost always worth just 25 cents. Some uncirculated examples in regular grades might sell for $1 to $3 or even a little more if the surface is nice and bright. In certified high grades like MS66 or MS67, these coins can sometimes bring $20, $30, or more if there are collectors looking for them. Interestingly, for this exact issue, price guides and recent trade records show certain very high-grade examples can be worth much more at auction. One example of a 2001p North Carolina quarter-graded MS64 was reported to have sold for around $9,000 in a PCGS auction in 2024. Collectors believe that coin may have had a major die variety, or error that was not listed in the basic grade, and that raised collector interest and bidding. An MS69 example of this coin also sold for over $1,500. These auction results show that sometimes the combination of a certified grading and a recognized variety can push prices much higher than basic price guides. It is important to understand that these very high auction results are exceptional. They do not mean every 2001p North Carolina quarter is worth thousands. Most state quarters never reach these prices. What matters most is whether the coin has a real error, rare variety, and excellent condition as recognized by top coin grading companies. Ordinary coins without these features will almost always be worth face value or only a few dollars. Proof and silver-proof versions of the North Carolina quarter exist too, but those are different issues. The silver-proof coins are usually part of collector sets and have silver metal. They are worth more because they contain silver and are made for collectors. A silver-proof 2001 North Carolina quarter might sell for up to around $11 or more based on the silver content and condition, but that is not the same as the regular P coin discussed here. If you think you may have a valuable 2001p North Carolina quarter, do not clean it or try to change its surface. Cleaning destroys the natural look and usually lowers value. Instead, keep it safe in a small plastic holder or coin sleeve and compare it to normal examples. Look for things like doubling on the letters, parts of the design missing, weird shapes, or differences in the metal surface. If you think you see something unusual, you can show it to a trusted coin dealer or send it to a professional grading company to get an official grade and error attribution. A proper certification can make a big difference in how much collectors are willing to pay. Remember that each coin has its own market value, history, and design. Two coins with the same date can be worth very different amounts based on their condition and whether they have errors. One coin might be worth only 25 cents and another could be worth thousands if it has a rare mistake and strong collector interest at auction. That is why coin collecting is exciting for many people. Even if you do not find a super big value coin, you learn about history, art, and how coins were made. Sometimes even a small coin can tell a big story and be worth more than just face value.